I just started this book called Blood Shadows.
Hmm.
There's a caveat here, like, so there was an old role-playing game from the 90s, and it used a system called the Master Book system. Anyway, I liked it, everybody hated it. And somebody ended up writing a book based in one of the worlds, which I'm like, oh, it's kind of cool. Um, I picked it up. It's like an on-demand thing. It's really pulpy. It's basically the Dresden Files, if you're familiar with that,
Yeah, yeah.
but like 7 years before the Dresden Files ever came out.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So I kind of feel bad for the author because it's like, yeah, buddy, you missed
Just
it,
timed it
man.
wrong. Just, huh?
Hmm.
But that's it. And then I have some nerdy history books that, nobody wants to hear about.
It's
No, I,
probably one of those things where, because that one existed before, it made the Dresden's Files more acceptable when that came out. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, it's a cool setting. It's just like noir detective
mhm.
with fantasy supernatural stuff like mashed together. So
That's cool. Yeah, I admit I'm currently in the I don't even know. I was listening to the audiobook of the first Dresden Files, and
yeah,
I'm I'm quite a ways into it. I don't know exactly how close to the end I am, but it is really good. It's a good book. I can see.
yeah,
Well, I've had a lot of people like, you got to read it, you got to read it, and I like it.
it's good. I mean, it's not amazing, but it is fun
Yeah,
and it's fast paced, and
sure. But
so
you like this book better so far? Or?
no, not necessarily. I read the
Okay.
Dresden Files a long time ago. It's probably
Okay.
been 20 years. Well, I don't know whenever they came out. That's how old I am.
No, you're good.
um, so it was just funny to me that, and you look up the author of this old book, and it's like this dude, he's railing at the news or the TV every time he sees, the Dresden Files pop up or
He's
something.
like, that was my idea first. You know.
Exactly.
Well, I was that guy for a long time because, like, I have a lot of nerd friends, and like they were always a lot of them were really huge Dresden File fans, and so I saw there was that TV show, and I was like, oh, I've seen the show, and of course I get that audible, just like no, and I was like, oh, sorry,
So let me ask you this, since you're pretty far into the Dresden Files.
yeah, first book,
To
yeah,
me, the biggest weak spot, and I think I read up to maybe 6 or 7, and then I bailed.
okay,
Um, he's not a likable character.
yes, I would agree with you on that, yeah, yeah, I would agree with you on that. Well, I'm like you're kind of like at least I'm at a point right now where I'm willing to kind of go with it because I love characters like Sam Spade and a lot of those like noir. That's kind of the trope is that they're kind of jerks, but like because like Sam Spade from Maltese Falcon, he is definitely not a I don't know, is he more likable than
I
maybe
Yeah, see, that's the thing. I think even if they come off as more like severe, they're
yeah,
still
yeah,
more likable. Like all of those guys, the Mickey Spillane stuff.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
I still like those characters better. Dresden just comes off as like a kind of a jerk, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I could see that, and a little bit mopey, just like, oh no, here's my, woe is me. But it's like, but dude, you kind of did do it to yourself. Yeah, I could see that. That's probably maybe subconsciously that's why I haven't listened to it in a long time. But no, I've been kind of rereading the First Law series from Joe Abercrombie.
I
Um,
don't know that.
okay. I That's one of those. If you're a fantasy nerd, it's an easy recommend. What I tell people is, if you're a fan of Game of Thrones, but check this out. It's like Game of Thrones with less incest, and the books are done, and a lot more humor. He's got this, Joe Abercrombie. He writes him. He's a British guy, so he has this kind of snarky British humor that he brings to it. Um, but yet it's still kind of. I mean, a lot of people call it grim dark, I guess, but and I could see where people would think it because there are definitely moments where you just kind of get that gut punch where it's like, what? But like he has this way of writing characters and dialogue and things that I don't know. I don't know a lot of people that do it that well right now. So like his well, when I found it, I was looking for a book. I literally did a Google search, best novels featuring a barbarian, and so this was the first one that popped up, and I was like, okay, sure, why not? And check it out. And then so he has one of his barbarian character name is Logan Nine Fingers. Is probably one of my favorite fictional characters out there, and I don't say that lightly. And then he's got another characters in there named Glocta, who's like this character. Like you're not supposed to like him. He's literally a professional torturer for the King's Inquisition, but like you can't help but love him, even though like he's this despicable character. But like he has this like sarcastic like snark to life, and he has all these physical ailments because he himself, when in his younger days, this is not a spoiler, but he was captured as a prisoner of war and came back, pretty crippled by it, and so he's got this real cynical view of things and this real sarcastic kind of way of looking at things. And so you're like, I kind of like him, but at the same time, you're like, wow, what you're doing is horrendous, and I can't help but root for you. And so I don't know if I'm doing a good job selling them to you, but yes, I highly recommend if you're looking for anything.
What was the name of the book again?
Well, it's the first Law series. There's 3 different trilogies. The first book is called The Blade Itself. And I've reread these books multiple times, which for me that's saying a lot. If you're a fan of audiobooks, the narrator is hard to beat.
Yes.
It feels like a radio play, but it's like one dude. You're just like, my God, that's amazing.
That's cool.
Hashtag not sponsored.
Yeah. Right now I'm just still working on this series.
Okay.
Yeah. This
Sounds
is the
good.
11th book in the series.
Jeez.
Yeah.
What book is that? Oh, the Cerebus.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
guys. And then I got up to 12 because I did a commission, and the person I commissioned gave me 5 of the books that I didn't have. So
Wow.
Well, that's cool.
yeah, it was really nice. So she gave me 6, 7, 8, and then 12 and 11. 11 and 12. Yeah.
That's cool. I want to do commissions for stuff. That's cool.
Yeah. So I've been working on that, and that's a pretty fun series. Though I'd say the author's definitely philosophical in how he approaches the storytelling. Like he already sets up the world as having a malleable reality. So in the mines, there's actually fourth wall breaks and stuff like that. And I don't know if you ever seen Mork and Mindy. There's a reference to that show.
That's funny.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of references in it because there's a lot of parodies, but that one's pretty good.
Yeah, as I say, he kind of pokes fun at just about everything in those books. I confess I haven't read a whole lot more since that last podcast we did because it's just my to read pile's just gotten huge. So and I finally knocked the movie off my to watch list too. So I'm like, okay, great.
Which movie?
The Corpse Bride.
Oh yeah, that one's.
It was something.
Yeah.
There's a lot that I liked about it. Like I love the character designs.
Mm-hmm.
But there's parts of it I'm just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Still thinking about that one. But yeah, my to read pile's just gotten massive.
Yeah. Fabrizio, it sounded like you were gonna say something.
Yeah, well, the Tim Burton stuff, it's funny because Did he direct it or
He definitely directed
produced
it.
it or something?
He definitely directed it. I don't know if he wrote it, but I mean, it had all of his staples in it. Like it had Johnny Depp and it had Helena Bonham Carter and all the actors he's known for working with. It even had Michael. Was it Cuff? Is that how you pronounce it? The guy that played Alfred in his early Batman movies.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's
he did
funny.
a voice in it, and I'm like, I had to look that up because I'm like, I know that voice. And I'm like, oh my god. Then that's, my tisms kick in. And I'm like, I gotta know who this is, and yeah, I looked it up, and I'm like, sure enough, yep, that's who it was. And then once you hear that, you can't unhear it. You're like, oh yeah, that's Alfred. But
yeah, it's like Tim Burton has had some phases, and he started out good, and then he had a middle period which I was not too fond of. But I feel like he's kind of back to doing the stuff that I like.
Yeah.
I actually love Dark Shadows. That was one of those kind of under the wire or under the radar kind of thing. I freaking love that movie.
I actually haven't seen it. My stepdad is a huge fan of the original show, and he said he's kind of mixed on the movie. But I'll have to. Yeah, I need to watch those. But so what do you think was kind of the peak Tim Burton?
Sleepy Hollow.
That's good.
That's another one on my list. I need to watch.
It's really just a perfectly paced. Visually, it's Tim Burton, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's not too much. It's just, it's probably my favorite. I mean, Ed Wood is great, of course.
That one I haven't seen, but I have seen Sleepy Hollow.
Ed Wood is really good. If you know Ed Wood, it helps, obviously.
Yeah. I've seen Plan 9 and stuff, but yeah.
Yeah. And then I know recently, he did Beetlejuice 2, which I thought was good. It wasn't amazing.
I thought that was fun for what it was.
Yeah.
I did get some genuine chuckles out of me.
Yeah.
I've only seen the first one so far. It's on my to-watch list. But
the first one's by far the better of the two, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But the second one had some good laughs in it. I won't spoil it, but there's one laugh I was about to mention. I'm like, that might be a bit of a spoiler.
I don't really mind spoilers.
And I know he directed some of the Wednesday stuff with Jenna Ortega.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, which I like.
Okay, I haven't seen that.
Again, it's not like high cinema, but it really kind of it itches the fall kind of thing. It's perfectly seasonal.
Sure.
With a little bit of atmosphere.
Does any of his work really hit high cinema?
Well, yeah, that's fair. One of his movies I always thought kind of got slept on, I guess. Maybe I'm one of the only ones that liked it. Was it Big Fish?
Yeah.
I thought that movie was pretty decent for what it was. It was pretty fun.
I haven't seen that one.
It's worth a watch. It's this old guy, he's kind of nearing the end of his life, and he's telling his tale of his magnificent adventures of his young life, but like the way it goes, it's kind of told almost like a fairy tale, but like a very Tim Burton-esque. Right? And so like you're like, okay, how much of this is really true versus how much is the guy just making up? But I don't know. I thought it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So what are we all drawing? I know you said you're doing.
I'm attempting to draw Horace H. Hoover and attempting to do him justice.
I like that pose.
Oh, thank you.
Very Horse.
That's kind of what I was hoping for. I love his character.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The envy of Dyson.
So I am drawing sort of character profiles for a fake Marvel RPG box expansion set for Horace H. Hoover.
Nice.
So, if you're familiar with the old 80s RPG, I love the boxes and everything. and I thought it would be cool to do a fake ad and just do Horus H. Hoover as like the expansion pack.
I
So
guess I
I have
didn't
to,
realize that. That's fun. I didn't realize Marvel had a 80s had a tabletop RPG back then. That's fun.
yeah. So here it is. Actually, it's
Oh wow.
really it's so classic 80s, and it's got maps in the back. So it's just flat maps of New York.
Oh, that's cool.
And they have like character profiles. So I'm like, this is
Oh, that's awesome.
perfect fodder for
Yeah,
For sure.
For a fake ad.
it's been a while since I've read Horus, but I remembered that you actually did do fake fan mail.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I wasn't saying anything.
Yeah,
As I say, probably my favorite ad was the old like Atari one with the thing you put on the TV for the game.
Yeah. Yeah, Monster Beach Vacation. That was like
Yeah.
it was a game that I was a game developer a long time ago. And
okay.
It was a game I had in development. So I was doing artwork for it. I was doing a bunch of stuff for it. And I just got to a point, I'm like, you know what, I'm not gonna be able to finish this game. So it just kind of sat in a drawer for 15 years. And I'm like,
Gotcha.
this is perfect for a fake Atari ad.
Love it.
I'm stuck solo here on the big screen.
Oh. Well, I mean, we want to.
We'll put you back in your place.
Thank you.
Right?
I was feeling some
trying
pressure.
to hog all the spotlight. I see.
He's just feeling like he's being stared at, right?
Someone's watching me.
Yeah, the other book I read was the Serpent in the Garden, which is a Hellboy spinoff.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, so it's the conclusion of the pig character. I forgot his name. Of his story, basically.
Okay.
Yeah. So it has fun Arthurian stuff going on, but
Okay.
it's not like there's a giant monster battle, and then the ending was kind of so-so, but no.
Gotcha. Yeah, I confess I've read handfuls of Hellboy.
Same here.
I definitely want to read more of it, but like I said, my to read pile's just gotten huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hellboy for me, like when it first came out many years ago, it was huge.
Yeah.
And it was it was like a kick in the butt, which was great.
Mm-hmm.
Then like I don't know, after a while it just kind of like leveled off for me, and I just couldn't get anything else out of it. It just felt like it was like a one tone kind of thing. And I haven't really been back to it since. So if it's changed over the years, I have no idea.
Yeah. Well, my first real introduction to it was the movies, the Guillermo del Toro movies. I never heard of it before that. And so I just thought his look was kind of cool, and so I got the first trade volume, years ago, and I enjoyed it, but I guess I just never really picked it up after that.
It's funny because I remember I saw it on the stands, and I had an idea for a comic book. It was more of like a funny satire, but it was set in hell.
Okay.
And basically, it's like, granted, this was like 26 years ago, so just keep that in mind.
Sure.
It's like the drudgery of hell. They have to go to work every day and torture people and all that kind of stuff. And then there were like some demons get together and they, decide to break out of hell, and that was going to be the thing. And I remember seeing Hellboy, thinking, "Damn it, he took, that's like my idea," which it's not. It's nothing resembling that, but
right. But it's just enough to be like, oh, man.
Enough of an excuse to not do it, basically.
Right.
Well, you wound up doing something interesting.
Yeah.
Yep.
Took me a while, but I think I got there.
Sometimes ideas need to percolate.
That's for sure. Yeah, I can't tell you how many times I've like thought I was original, and then you look it up and you're like, oh, that was done 40 years ago, and you're like, oh, awesome.
Yeah, I think a lot about that because it's like it's not we can't possibly read every story,
For sure.
So as long as you come up with it, I like even if somebody else did something similar, I say do it. Like,
Oh yeah.
you know,
Well, yeah, I mean, inevitably it's going to be your own thing, it's because, like, when I was a kid, I had this idea about, space cowboys and all that stuff. And then
yeah,
all of a sudden I discovered Firefly existed. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, on the one hand, though, it kind of gave me a little bit of a boost because I'm like, well, this is an idea I had, and here it became this awesome thing. So maybe
yeah,
there's something to that. But, I mean, my idea was definitely nowhere close to what he had other than just cowboys in space, but it was kind of like, hey, if they thought of that and ended up making Firefly out of it, well, maybe my idea's got
Got legs.
yeah. So like, yeah, I don't tend to get too discouraged when I see somebody else has kind of done an idea that I've had, because then I'm like, oh well, that meant somebody else had that too, and there was some merit to it. And
I always ask myself when I see an idea that's similar is, how does my idea separate itself from what they did?
yeah.
And is it far enough removed to be something more original, or,
Yeah. Well, I think was it Mark Crilly on YouTube? He talked about, the importance really is more in the details of the story rather than, because a lot of people, they think, it's really easy to go, well, they have a space Western, and so therefore I have a space Western, and so therefore, they've stolen my idea. And it's like, well, not really. I mean, it's a setting, it's a setup. Maybe the premises may be similar, but again, the details, of like who your characters are, what kind of journey are they going to go on, that's all going to be just by nature. You being a different person is going to be unique.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, if we really think about it, dialogue is that's really what we sort of attach ourselves to.
For sure.
And even if you take the same character, like archetype, like your dialogue's going to be different. Even if you want it to be the same, it's going to be different.
Right. Well, it's like, yeah, same. It's like, I think about that with, like I'm a big Chuck Dixon fan, and it's like, how many times has that guy written a hard ass, vigilante type dude, but yet he finds a way to make them all different from each other while still working,
Yeah.
Because he just makes them different characters, and the way they speak and the way they act, and what their motivations are. It's all unique to them, and so you're like, oh, okay, this is cool.
It's all what you put in your stew.
Was that?
So it's all what you put in your stew.
There you go.
Yeah. I had an idea a long time ago to kind of not prove that concept, but play with it. Is I wanted to take just a classic Lovecraftian story like Shadow over Innsmouth.
Okay.
And literally do the exact same story except one change, and just have Horace H. Hoover as the main character.
and
it just automatically becomes something else,
Yeah, just because by the characters being who they are, it's going to be different.
But I thought that would be fun.
Oh, absolutely.
By the way,
good.
The perks you have on your preview is pretty good.
Yeah,
thank you.
Pretty good abundance.
Yeah, I should be getting the Kickstarter out soonish.
That's awesome.
We'll see.
Well, I am definitely looking forward to it.
Same here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I think you're right. Go ahead.
A lot of work. It's more work than I thought to get the Kickstarter, like all the graphics and everything. I really thought it was going to be easy and quick, but it took some time.
What publisher are you going to use when you go to publish it?
What do you mean?
Like Aaron
For printing?
Yeah, for printing.
Oh, I use Mix'em.
Mix'em?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I've done the other books with, and they have had no problems at all. So,
I'll have to
and
check
it's a
them
US
out.
printer, so it's a little quicker,
Mix them. Okay, I'll have to look into them.
Yeah, check it out.
I'm nowhere close to ready to print, but I'm always looking into options and seeing what's out there.
Yeah, I was thinking when I go to print, I might just start with doing a simple zine style,
Mm-hmm.
and then see how things go from there.
Well, actually, Fabrizio kind of inspired me to do the format I'm doing with my Domini story because, seeing all these crowdfunding guys, they're all doing these, 60, 70 page, graphic novels.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was initially going to do that too, but seeing you break it up into the individual issues like you are, I was like, oh, that for me, that's just a lot more manageable. Like, I feel like I feel like that's just a little more reasonable as far as getting that done. Because when you're like, oh, I'm going to do this giant, 70-page book, you're like, well, am I even going to care about it by the time I'm done with it? At that point, let alone anybody else.
You could ask Dave. He did 6,000 pages.
Jeez.
Yeah, but not all at once, though, right? Like,
well, at first it was bi-monthly, and then he went monthly. So
yeah,
it took him 26 years.
God.
But he was getting them out regularly, and people were And I can imagine having some kind of a fan response and that kind of stuff. Like, I could see that being, real energizing. But if I'm just sitting here working on this barbarian story for, 4 years, that nobody ever cares about and nobody knows about, the constant like, hey, how's that book coming? Oh yeah, you're still working on that?
You got to make them care.
Well, of course. But, believe me, when it was time to come out, believe me, I'm not going to be shutting up about it. But hopefully,
yeah, that is a thing. Like, depending on the response or lack thereof, or whatever. I think I will always do like one issue sized things. I can't imagine just sitting down doing anything more than that. But that's me.
Sure.
Yeah, the other thing is on how you promote. So, like with Sim, they did the cons, but then they did a tour of the U.S. where they went to all like the comic book stores to connect to retailers and stuff. But that's because it was a different time.
I was gonna say,
yeah,
it was definitely a different time.
Yep, you remember Fabrizio? You lived back then.
I did. What I was gonna do, like for my launch. So I found the original, like the first Comic-Con I took artwork to. It was Pittsburgh Comic-Con, like 1999. I actually had a table.
Oh, okay.
And I found like the big booklet of that particular con. I thought it'd be fun because I haven't looked at it or opened it up since that time. I thought it'd be fun to page through it and see, what was going on in 1999 at a convention.
Yeah.
So I might do that sometime.
Oh, cool.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. Something that'd be fun to share. Yeah.
Hey, Fabrizio, how much fan art have you received since you started your series?
I don't, not a ton, but definitely some. There was, undeniably, like after I left Alterna, people got pissed at me for whatever reason. So some people that were kind of like into that kind of stuff kind of fell by the wayside, and
Well,
so. But I have gotten some. It's fun. I mean, it's really one of the funnest things seeing somebody else do your character.
that's cool. Well, I admit this is my first time ever doing fan art with the creator watching, so I'm trying not to get super nervous. But I'm just
I think it
hoping
freaking looks awesome.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Just gonna silently judge you.
Nah, hey, that's fine. As long as it's silent, that's all I care about.
Hey, I know that song.
Mm-hmm.
That's my ringtone.
It's one of
Well, I
their
know we were
best.
talking about last time we were online. We were talking about Clutch, and I told you that was my ringtone on my phone. I was not lying.
Yeah.
Don't you know you're not supposed to take phone calls?
I didn't. I closed. I hung up. You know, that was a joke. You know, like in church, that better be Jesus calling.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this will be my first crowdfunder.
Okay.
It's interesting. Well, that I've done personally. Last time I just published, and it
Mm-hmm.
kind of went. It did okay, and I don't. I don't know how to judge what to expect. It's kind of an interesting
Mm-hmm.
position to be in. Like, how do you know? Like,
Yeah. What is a good number versus a okay number?
yeah.
Yeah. I've heard set your goal low for like the threshold of like meeting the goal, and then whatever you make is bonus basically, or something like that. I don't know quite the logic on that, but it's
Yeah. I mean, I don't think mine's too high. I think in my head, it's like, if I can't make X
Mm-hmm.
in a crowdfunder, I probably shouldn't be doing my comic. Like, I mean, when it gets right down to it,
Yeah.
it doesn't mean I won't do the comic. It's just it'll sort of be on my time, on the down low kind of thing, as opposed to pushing it all the time. So
have you thought of like what shows you're going to go on to try to promote it, or
yeah, I mean, I have like a short list of people that I know I can reach out to. And then, of course, there's a very large list of people I don't know and that don't know me. And that's always awkward, though. It's like calling somebody up. Hey, can I come over to your house for dinner?
Right.
Uh,
Well, I know that feeling well, being the newbie kind of in this corner. It's like, hey, I'm that guy. I like your stuff.
you could always kind of work your way in by helping them promote their stuff too. So you return a little bit to get a little bit, in a way.
Yeah. I mean, everybody has been. Oh, I shouldn't say everybody. Most people are nice on Twitter in the comic sphere for the most part.
Have you
So
been on Twitter?
You always get those fun ones. Yeah, you're just like, oh.
Admittedly, I can get a little surly on Twitter in a little, but
Yeah.
you know,
Like
it
after
happens.
the Charlie Kirk thing, that was the first time I ever seen you be political. Like,
Yeah, I was in
like,
the mood.
oh, yeah,
Well, I mean, that's understandable. That was that was pretty
yeah.
you know, crazy moment. So that's
I was
understandable.
in a mood.
I think
I
we
also,
all kind of were.
yeah, like, and I am interested in a lot of other things. Like a lot of people in comics. No offense to the people in comics,
Sure.
but they're really just hyper focused on comics and literally nothing else. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I like regular art. I like regular literature. Like, I like all this other stuff.
Yeah.
So,
Which
you
those
know.
have been some good streams you've been doing with the Yang.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the talk about the currency of where
Oh yeah,
comics fit into the whole sphere of art.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm butchering it. It's been a week since you did that one.
No, that's okay. Yeah, you meet like if you guys ever want to jump on a stream and just chat about
Oh,
like
heck yeah.
topics. I mean, I love all that kind of stuff, and I don't want to feel like I just have to talk about comics,
Sure.
all the time.
Right. No, I
You need
caught
the
part of it.
ink in your blood.
Right. Yeah, I caught part of the live stream you're doing with him when you were talking about, the value of, is it worth putting in the time if, was it I forget exactly the concept now. It was like,
Yeah, it was just like
Religious
opportunity.
art.
Yeah,
Yeah.
opportunity cost, like at this
that's what,
moment.
yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
like again, not to rehash it, but in the past, I wouldn't think twice about it. But now I just feel like, well, maybe the opportunity cost is rising. And should
Yeah.
I be doing oil paintings of like note?
Hmm.
Obviously, I'm not. I'm drawing this.
Right.
But I don't know. It's just like, I think it's worth discussing with people.
For sure.
Which has its own merits because you're mixing art and literature.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
it
Hmm.
carries two things instead of just being a single image.
Yeah.
While being beautiful and having somewhat of a story, you're creating a full story. So
Yep.
I think that has as much merit as the oil paintings.
Well, that actually brings up an interesting kind of, hopefully interesting topic question I've always been kind of had on my mind. You always hear about, when adapting a story to different mediums, you always hear like, the strengths of the film. Film has music and sound and all this stuff, and video games are interactive, and novels you can really dive in deep to the person's psyche. Like, what are some of and it always seems like comics are kind of at the, as the kind of the negative version of like, comics can't, everyone's like, well, comics don't have sound, comics don't have this. So like, what do you think are some of the strengths of the medium
Well,
versus
it,
others?
it can be a solo venture. Like movies, you have to have a whole team to create them, unless you're doing like a very low budget single camera
Right.
kind of deal. And then it still has sound because you have the sound effects
Mm-hmm.
from like lettering and stuff like that. So I've heard some people preach that it's a perfect medium because you have the mixture of both literature and
Right.
images, visual storytelling. But then I also know that I've heard people talk about the limitations of it. Where I remember one lady I talked to, she couldn't get into comics because when she'd look at the page, it would be too busy for her.
Mm.
So it has its strengths and its drawbacks, just like any.
Well, that makes me wonder, is it the medium itself or was it that particular book she was reading? Because I mean, we've all seen those busy pages where you're just like, oh geez.
Yeah.
Yeah. See,
Yeah.
I don't know because I don't know how many comics she looked at.
Yeah. Well, sure.
I think that is a lot of it. It's like this medium that you have to actually kind of learn to read. It's unless you're a kid, if
Mm-hmm.
the first time you pick up a comic is when you're an adult, good luck, because I think people have a real hard time with it. Not everybody, obviously, but
Sure.
to them, they're like, "Oh, it's cartoons. It's for children." Like they immediately think of that.
Yeah.
And getting over that, I think, is an issue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But that's been kind of one of the things that has been around for quite a while, which is funny because newspaper strips were always considered adult.
Yeah.
But that was because of instead of having superheroes like most comics do. I mean, not all comics, but
Right.
majority of the medium has been focused on superheroes, and that's probably because of the comics code authority that made it where they couldn't do horror comics and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah. Well, yeah, the comics code kind of forced it to remain a a kid's medium, you know, as
Yeah.
opposed to being like, hey, you know, some books can be for, you know, other for adults and some can be for kids. And
But it's the same with animation. A lot of people see animation as for kids when it can be for both.
yeah, well, part of me wonders, at least with the animation thing, if that happened kind of by accident, because animation historically has always been very expensive. So it seems like you'd want to make sure that they're going to have as mass appeal as possible because of that. So that's why, like, at least historically, they always tried to make them as, you know, family friendly as possible, because they don't want to, especially in those early days.
Like Looney Tunes started out as
Sure,
adult, was an in between thing for like the movies
for
and stuff
movies
like
and
that.
stuff. Yeah,
So a lot of the humors was aimed towards adults.
yeah, but when I'm talking like, you know, feature films and that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
you know, like, you know, Disney, I don't really recall. I mean, I don't think Disney, like, he never like dumb anything down for kids, but you know, those movies were, especially like Snow White, you know, he mortgaged his house and like kind of bet everything on it, and so
Yeah.
he wanted to keep it as wide appeal as possible. And so I don't know.
That movie
Yeah.
was what got Don Bluth into animation.
Okay.
Go ahead, you were about to say something.
I was just gonna say, like, specifically for comics, I mean, a lot of people's first intro to that was like the early Batman TV show. Like,
Yes.
and I think once that gets sort of defined in your head, it's so difficult to like get away from that. Oh, it's Batman. It's like
Yeah.
cheesy shark spray, and you know. But no, I'm telling you, there's this comic called Year One, and it's amazing.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Good luck with that, buddy.
Yeah. Well, see, that's funny because like my first interaction to Batman was the Batman animated series,
Same here.
and
Yeah.
so that for me was like, oh, that's Batman. You know.
Yeah.
I didn't watch Adam West until way later. Or like I've seen, you know, didn't see any clips of him until way later, like on TV Land or whatnot. But so I was just like, oh, Batman's awesome.
Yeah,
Like
the animated stuff is just top tier.
Right. Well, I'm a 90s kid, so I grew up with all that, you know, 90s, you know, the 90s X-Men and Spider-Man cartoons and all the Bruce Timm, you know, Paul Dini stuff.
Same here.
Yeah, that stuff is just top tier. But yeah, I mean, yeah, if your main experience with you know, Batman is Adam West, I could see that being a bit of a tough sell, you know, on the comics. You know, well, like the very first episode, I'll never forget. Yeah, I watched the very first episode of it when I was a kid, and like the end of the episode, he had this like dancer chick hanging off of a ledge on this big old cavern thing, and there's this big contraption, you know, glowing or whatever, and she slips out of his hand and falls, and things explode, and he just looks down at her and just goes, "What a bad way to go." I was like, oh geez. Even as a kid, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But
what's kind of sad is that, you know, a lot of our aesthetic is built from like what we were introduced to as kids, and so we're trying to like recapture that magic in a way. The future generations, what they're getting brought up on is like that Bluey and Paw Patrol, the ugly, really flat stuff. So we're gonna have a generation of ugly art.
Well,
in that. You know.
I know. Well, my buddies and cousins who have young kids, they know when I'm around, like I'm gonna teach whenever I'm around, I teach their kids what's what. So like they're
to spread some culture.
Oh, of course. So like one of my best buds, his oldest son is 7, and so I'm like, dude, let me introduce you to Wolverine and werewolves, you know, all these just cool stuff. And he's like, whoa. And then now, he discovered Godzilla not too long ago, and like that's like his favorite thing ever.
And the only show that I liked that was kind of like that abstract shape was like Invader Zim.
Well, yeah, Invader Zim is fantastic. Well, I think the writing in that show really helped it too.
Yeah.
That show is just phenomenal.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know. I love a good character design. Like, you know, we're talking about the Corpse Bride earlier. Like one of my biggest, you know, praises of that movie is the character design. You know, there's that one snooty butler and the way he designs him. Like, he made his whole head like basically his nose. Like his whole head just goes into his nose and it points straight upward. And like it's just fun. You know, you're like, oh, I can just feel that this guy being a snooty. Like, I'd even have to know that just by looking at him. You're like, I get it. I get who this dude is.
Yeah, and that kind of goes with when I was at my second school, they talked a lot about shape design and silhouette informing character designs.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And I'm all for a good pushed, you know, character design. If you can, especially because the point of that movie was, you know, a lot of those were meant to be, you know, comical and you know, get to the point. And I love that stuff. I love good. Sometimes I wish I pushed my shapes even more than I do. I try, but yeah, but it's like I love the show as a kid, you know, growing up, but I didn't really love the art. Was, you know, things like Fairly Odd Parents and things like that.
Yeah, I never watched that one.
It definitely fell off. But when I was up and coming, that show had some good moments.
I did watch like the show Danny Phantom.
Oh yeah,
the artwork was terrible, but I did like the kind of premise of it.
Same. Well, Fairly Odd Parents was the same guy running it, so it was the same kind of artwork. But you know, I'm not one of those guys I don't like to, you know, hey, if you liked it, awesome, you know.
Yeah.
But, yeah, wasn't really my cup of tea. As someone that grew up with, you know, Batman animated series, and we had the old Fleischer Superman cartoons on VHS, you know, as a kid, and I ate those up. I watched those 1,000 times. The ones with the robots stealing the medicine, those used to freak me out as a kid.
I don't think I saw that one.
Oh yeah, well the robots, they steal all the jewels, and they bring them back to the scientist lair, and you know, the scientist generators all start lighting up, and the way they animated like all the generators starting to, you know, heat up and you know, get near explosion, and like all the electricity jumping around, and there's just this intense shot where, you know, Superman's getting electrocuted, and then the robot brings his arms up and just, you know, slams him down on Soup's shoulders, and he like slumps, and the way the music just goes dun, dun. It's like, as a kid, you're like, man, this is intense.
Yeah.
It was so good.
So, Fabrizio, did you grow up with Johnny Quest, or?
Yes, I did. Johnny Quest was great. Yeah, like the things that stick out to me are like obviously Transformers. That was like that was it for me. It still is. I love Transformers across the board.
Yeah.
Transformers, G.I. Joe, Thundercats, all that jazz. Although that was just like pushing it a little. But superhero stuff, yeah, like we had a Superman record. The cover was with like the John Byrne cover where he's like busting out of the chains.
Oh, nice.
I've been trying to track it down because it was like a radio play basically on this record. I don't like, it was older than me, so I don't know where this came from or why we had it in our house, but we played the hell out of that thing.
Yeah,
that's cool.
When I wasn't listening to Kiss.
When I was a kid, we had this. I had this toy. Probably my favorite thing ever. It's called 2XL, and it was basically a robot that was meant to be R2-D2, but not R2-D2. And it had basically had a cassette player in its chest, and then you put the cassettes in and you push the buttons, and it would do, you know, it would tell stories or jokes based on what button you pressed. It's basically just a tape recorder, but as a kid, you're like, this is a robot that lights up and it's awesome. And he had some. They sold some tapes with one. They had one that was a Superman story and one was a Batman story. And then what was cool is they were basically choose your own adventure stories on a
Cool.
cassette. And I always thought that was really fun because you can actually and it would ask you like based on this like where should Batman go next, those kinds of things. And as a kid, I always thought that was really cool.
Sounds like it would be fun.
I haven't been able to find. I don't even know if I still have that anywhere, but
that's cool.
Yeah.
So this is kind of funny. I don't know if you can tell what I'm doing, but for this game, they have these essentially like little 3 like trifold icons. So it's basically a turnaround. And what you do is you cut these out and you fold them, and those are your like miniatures.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So that's what I'm doing right now. But the cool thing is it forces you to do a turnaround, which I rarely do, to be completely honest. I know you're supposed to, but I rarely do it.
Well, Well, yeah, it is good for comics because you draw your characters from multiple angles. But it is mostly an animation thing.
Yeah, but I think I should do it more. Let me put it that way.
Well, I think that's what really bit me. I think with my Barbarian book, that's one of the reasons I'm starting over is because I didn't. Oh, you can take me off full screen.
I think you should thicken that calf. That's up.
I'm working on it.
Just FYI.
I'm working on it. But
I was just doing a progress thing. This is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Oh, cool. So who's that supposed to be?
It's a ghost kid stealing the kids' candies.
Gotcha.
That's cool.
Yeah, he actually is from a story that I have.
Okay.
It's one of my other side projects where a guy sees ghost and his roommate his best friend is a ghost.
Oh. Kind of reminds me of that. Did you ever see that movie Paranorman?
Mm-mm.
Oh,
I've only seen parts.
I cannot recommend that movie enough. It came out probably 2009, 2010, somewhere around there. It's a stop motion animation, and kind of in that style of like a Tim Burton. I don't think he had anything to do with it, but
no, it's on Leica.
Yeah, it was Leica Studios.
They're doing a sequel.
Are they really?
Yeah.
I don't know how, but okay. But go ahead. Sorry.
I follow them on YouTube, but then I saw that they were also revealing one of the guys has a boyfriend or something like that.
Well, they said that was kind of the punchline at the end of the first movie because, like, the older sister had this crush on this dude the entire movie, and she was just flaunting him, throwing herself at him the whole movie. And then the punchline was that he had a boyfriend, and that was. But I mean, that was such a minimal part of it. But yeah, it's just this cool story of this kid who, lives in Salem, Massachusetts, and he talks to ghosts, and and everyone thinks he's crazy. And then he runs into this girl who is a ghost, and she has some real issues with the town because she had a real bad
she was accused of being a witch.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, she was accused of being a witch. And anyway, it's just such a charming, fun, creepy movie. I highly recommend that.
I saw the other movie from Leica Studios, Box Trolls, and then of course Coraline was one that they did.
Yeah,
and
Coraline's another one on my list to watch.
I saw that one with the Sasquatch.
I saw Patton Oswalt, and I just kind of checked out on that one.
Yeah, and there was one that introduced me to this studio, but now I can't think of the title. But they do like really advanced like stop motion graphics.
Yeah, well, they were using like 3D printing and stuff for their models, because they were literally 3D print their characters' faces and all the different facial expressions, and they would like split it up so that they would do like half models. So they would print out like the eyebrows and stuff like that separate from the mouth shapes, and so then you flip them out back and forth, and it was really cool, like what they were doing.
That's interesting.
Yeah, stop motion has always had a kind of a special place in my heart. I've always thought it was a cool medium. But
Same here. I met a guy that he worked on Nightmare Before Christmas and James and the Giant Peach.
Oh, nice.
His name's Mike Belzer. He now works at Valve Studio. That's up in Seattle.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
or Bellevue. Doing the VR stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, because is Leica even still going, or did they close down?
Yeah, they're still going.
Okay.
They're doing a new movie called Into the Wild, and then they have a YouTube channel where they post like their trailers and stuff and their how-to stuff.
Gotcha. I'll have to check that out. Like, I get why you don't see stop motion so much anymore. I get it because it's expensive and time consuming, but my God, it's just fun when you get this.
Yeah.
Selfishly, I'm just like, I want more of it.
Yeah, one of the movies I grew up on was Clash of the Titans. It used to come on the television for a while.
The old
yeah,
I love that. Yeah, the old, was it Harryhausen who did the
the remake highly disappointed me. I was looking forward to seeing the giant vulture.
I didn't bother with it. The remake.
They like cut out 90% of the story.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, and they did the like during that time that they did the remake, there was also like immortals and stuff, and all the characters were always angry at the gods and stuff like that.
Of course.
Yeah.
Didn't they? Did they have the remake have the owl in it?
Yeah, they pulled it out of the chest, and I'm like, "What's this?" And they're like, "Oh, we don't want to talk about it." So they threw it out of the chest.
Oh, I was and still am obsessed with that owl. That owl, like the idea of a mechanical owl to me, just like embedded itself into my brain. And the first company that I started, it was a software development company called Aventine Studios, and this was a long time ago. But the whole idea was just like this mechanical bird, and my site, if you went to it, it was these mechanical watercolor birds that come to life and flit around. Nice. And I'm like, yes, because of that damn mechanical owl.
That's awesome. My favorite character was the guy that was cursed for killing the Pegasus. I thought he had a cool design. Casperin?
It's been forever. I got to rewatch.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's been a long time for me, but I just thought it was cool. It's like, of all the things Hephaestus could have made for Perseus, he made him this R2D2 owl. And I loved it. I remember as a kid, I thought, this is the greatest thing ever.
Yeah, I actually, I don't know if I'll ever get to this, but Horace has a wooden mechanical bird that
I love it.
that carries a portable library, and if he ever needs it, he just kind of like comes from the somewhere and drops this giant library in front of him.
That's awesome. I love it.
That'll be cool.
So all the library stuff with Horace, because I know you're a big book reader, did that kind of come from all that? Being
I've always been obsessed with books and still am.
Sure.
Like I'm gonna be doing book binding soon.
Okay. I took a little book binding in college.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Okay. I'm just not very good at doing like crafty stuff where you actually make things and have to sew. But
right. I admit I'm a new. What does book binding entail?
So, there's different types of bindings. There's like a perfect binding, which is the glue binding. And then there's the saddle stitch, and that's where you actually sew the binding.
Oh, so you're actually like putting the books together. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, that's cool.
Yeah, so that's next on my list of things to do.
Mm-hmm.
There's
Yeah,
also
just
a
always
clamshell.
I've always wanted to do this. So now that we have printers and I can bind a book like potentially like a nice leather bound or at least like a nicely bound book where if I hand it to somebody they won't know any difference. I
Yeah.
wanted to take a story like Frankenstein, change or just like insert my name into the story somewhere, like a minor character, and then print it out and bind it and just leave it places. So
And just see if they notice.
and then, I'll just drop it off at Barnes and Noble. Somebody picks it up, they
Yeah.
read it, and for all intents and purposes, they will think that his great grandfather Fabrizio, you know,
Oh, I love that.
so that's my goal.
You should also do like if you get good at it, do a special edition Horace H. Hoover.
I thought about that. Yeah, just do like a big collected leather bound something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, do like a limited run, so build up the scarcity on that one or something.
Yeah, that would be a lot of fun.
I get that it builds up the revenue, but I don't see how it actually benefits the artists themselves because it's someone else selling it,
Yeah.
Well, I think it's more the sales pitch of like that's kind of part of the pitch is like this is going to be worth a lot of money because I'm not because of the limited and speaks to the collector market. A lot of people want the limited edition. I mean, that's worked on me plenty of times.
See, I'm a reader, not a collector.
For the most part, that's true for me, but sometimes it's just like, I gotta have that.
Yeah, I am kind of both. Like, I have many versions of books that I love. Like I don't know how many copies of Frankenstein I have, or 1984, or like you name it. I have multiple copies of them. Mainly, honestly, because and this is not that I'm a hoarder because I'm pretty neat. I'm afraid that
Just
one day I
because
won't
you're
have
a hoarder
access to
doesn't mean
them.
you're like filthy.
Yeah, you don't have to be a slob to be a hoarder, but
there's hoarders that are like very organized.
Well, I don't have room to be a hoarder. I'll put it that way.
Fair enough.
But I'm just afraid that someday I won't have access to it. So I'm like, I need, the
That's why
important
you
books.
identify with Count Orloff, finding
Orloff.
Yes.
Do you have any like particular publishers that you like for like special editions or?
I do. Everyman's Library. I'm gonna like post a link to this Everyman's Library because what they do is they use acid-free paper. Everything's acid-free, so these are legit like archival.
Okay.
Everyman's Library. I'm gonna post this just because.
Did you
do it?
A few years back, I remember seeing these, and they looked kind of cool. But it was T-shirts that had like images made up of the text of the book. So like they had ones for like War of the Worlds and The Invisible Man, and it makes up the character, but it's all done from the text of the books.
That's interesting. I haven't heard of that. I haven't seen that.
Yeah,
that's kind of a cool idea.
Yeah, I saw it a few years back. I remember when I was working when I was in college, someone wore it, one of the customers. And I was like, that's really cool. And I looked at the site. Never bought one, but it was a cool idea.
Yeah.
I don't even know if they're still around.
Yeah, all those public domain books, I mean, they just have so many editions, but so many of them are just kind of crappy like newsprint, and I don't know if they're really worth it.
Yeah.
Hey, don't knock the newsprint.
Well, for comics, it's great. For books, less great.
Yeah,
it was funny.
Good.
I had a meeting and I'm in my living room, and behind me in my living room is my bookshelf, which is all of my books are backwards. So you don't see the spines, you see the fronts of all the books, and they're like stacked. Anyway, and somebody comments, they're like, "Oh, that's a nice bookshelf. How do you find your books?" I'm like, blah, blah, whatever. And they say, "Oh, I see that you buy a lot of your books from half price books because they're all yellow." And I'm like, "No, I'm that old where when I bought these books, they were white and now they're yellow."
That's funny. These are well-loved books. But you were mentioning history books earlier. I admit I've been looking into trying to find some, but a lot of the historical books I find tend to have some sort of, I don't know, weird bias, or like they don't just tell you the story, you know, what happened. They always have some kind of angle behind it. So do you have any like go-to like local people? Or
so I wish I could say topic, that there's guess, but this is how I approach it, and like I just find a bias that I know is going to be more in line with my bias. So you know what I mean? Like I know that if I just pick up a random Civil War book or something, it's gonna have a terrible bias.
For sure.
So I'm like, you know what? I'm already gonna start with my bias, and just take it with a grain of salt and kind of go from there. So I don't have any particular authors.
Okay.
I guess it depends what
subject,
what time period you're looking at. Like what kind of like.
For me, primarily more like World War I era.
Oh, okay. That's one I have very little info.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever.
Gotcha.
So it depends on what bias. Do you want the Allies bias or the Axis powers bias?
Right.
I mean,
I hope that would be obvious, but
but the thing is, like, I'm going to tell a little story. So Boston. I used to love going to Boston. It's one of my favorite cities. We'd go there on vacation all the time. Just because I love, again, the history aspect of it.
Sure.
It's like, it's just everywhere. The architecture. I loved it. And I took the same tour like 3 times. In 3 years between, maybe 2 years here or there. And I'm not joking. You could see history change before your eyes. I took the tour 1 time and I'm like, okay, that seems pretty neutral. Then I took it the second time, a couple of years later. I'm like, they're really casting some doubt into whether or not we should have actually had the revolution.
Oh, wow.
And then the third time, they really were just like, we were the bad guys. Like,
what?
It was crazy.
Wow.
It was crazy. Yeah. So I get the bias in history. It's so crazy to me sometimes.
Yeah. Well, especially when you're looking at more like, American or like more, I guess, quote unquote, more recent history kind of stuff. But even, before, it's just like, man, you find some of that. Like I got this, like one area I've always been fascinated in is like, the old, like Viking Age era, Danes and stuff like that. And I found this free ebook of Saxo Grammaticus, who has he was apparently one of the first historians from the Middle Ages to really compile all of the the data they had from the Danes, because the Danes didn't really keep any of the records themselves, so most of what we know is from like a British perspective, and the Brits weren't really fond of the Danes, so like even in the Middle Ages you can see some of the biases he's throwing in. I don't know, some of that stuff I just find kind of funny. But yeah, it's like I don't know, it's funny. I guess it's just human nature. I guess it doesn't really it's funny. Like even like I said, even back in the 1300s, this guy 200 years removed from the era, he's compiling everything, and he just throws all these not so subtle slights at the barbaric ways of the Danes. And it's like, I don't want your opinion. I just want to know what happened.
Yeah. Yeah. As far as history, I was really big into Roman history for a while.
Okay.
A little bit of revolutionary history. I'll be honest, I don't know much about the Civil War. So there's some
Okay.
periods where I just
Sure.
recently I've been getting into like Middle Ages, Crusades, and things like that.
Yeah.
Because I really
The fun
think,
times.
yeah, I think I want to do a story set like in the Crusades.
Okay.
There's a battle called the Siege of Malta, which is like it's the 300, except better. I mean,
Oh.
it's really that kind of
Oh, I
few
think I've heard of
guys
that.
against. It's an incredible story,
Isn't
really
that like,
incredible.
yeah, isn't that like 400 Crusaders versus like 20,000 something? Maybe I'm
Yeah,
thinking of
it's
something different.
something. It's that sort of,
It's like some absurd amount of, yeah, like the overwhelming odds.
and they win. Like
Yeah.
it's and some of the cool like not tropes. They're tropes now, but like
Yeah.
the invading armies, like when they took over this one castle, they chopped off all of their heads and they catapulted the heads over to the wall. Like really, really,
Dang.
really crazy stuff. So
Yeah.
anyway, I'm trying to read up a little bit on that. So
Yeah.
if I do something in that time period, I'm a little more knowledgeable.
Yeah.
I
Well, I
believe
mean,
that was common practice though in those periods because I remember
well, it's a
at the
great intimidation tactic.
beginning of the Black Plague they did that with some of the plague victims during a siege.
Yeah.
But I
I
don't
can see
remember.
that. Yeah.
Early biological warfare.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But like, yeah, it's like, man, I love those, like when you learn those actual historical events and you're like, man, that needs to be something. Like I found this podcast, I'm like, I don't remember the name of it at the top of my head. It's all about like Old West era, like true stories of like Old West, and which is another area that I love. This was post Civil War. This was probably kind of towards the end of the outlaw era, when the law was really starting to take over. There's this gang called the Dutton Gang, and one of the leaders, the brothers, the Dutton brothers, they we still don't know if it's true or not, but they always would say that they were descendants of Jesse James, and so they were like trying to, be true to the name, and there was a train robbery gone wrong, and a doctor on the train ended up getting killed, which is, especially in that day and age, was a big no. Like, you're like, yeah, I may be a murderer, but at least I didn't kill a doctor. That was that kind of thing. It's like, yeah. So these guys were on the run, from everybody, and then they came across this small town that had two banks, and the leader of the Dutton brothers was apparently not the brightest bulb in the box. So he's like, okay, we're going to rob both of these banks in broad daylight. Because this is how, yeah, because they're like, come on, Jesse James robbed a bank in daylight. We're going to do it, two of them,
Yeah.
why not? And so they go, yeah. So the next morning, one of them walks into one of the banks, and he slips a note to the teller, telling him, hey, this is a robbery, give me your money. And the teller completely lying, makes it up, thinking on his feet real quick, tells him, hey, this is the safe is on a timer, I can't open it for another 2 hours. And the Dutton brother, he buys it. And so he's like, dang it. So now he's just sitting there waiting impatiently, and while waiting for the timer to open up, meanwhile, like other bank got wind of what's going on, and so the sheriff is, secretly open up the armory, and he's passing guns around to the town.
Yeah.
And all the women and children are getting put into hiding, and then the owner of the bank, of that first bank where the guy is waiting for it to open up, he comes in the back door with his lever gun and starts shooting at the guy, forces him out into the street, where he's met with an entire town's worth of armed guys. And apparently, like, the barber of the town was a veteran of the Civil War, and apparently he took out like half the gang himself or something.
That's cool.
Yeah, and so like none of the gang members survived. It's just like, you just listen to those stories, you're just like, I love it. Like someone was actually that dumb to think they could rob 2 banks at once.
Yeah, stories where if you put it in a story, people would think it's too contrived or too dumb or something.
Yeah, and you're like, nope, that actually was real.
I mean, just look at some of the stuff that happens these days.
I know.
Yeah.
It's like, man, it's like, yeah, you hear those things like, that sounds like a Mel Brooks movie, you know? like, are you serious?
Yeah, every joke from Monty Python is real now, basically.
My God, I know. From now on, I want you all to call me Loretta.
Yes.
Where's the fetus gonna gestate? You gotta bury it in a box.
So I don't know if you guys play chess. I'm getting
very poorly
manufactured. I sculpted a chess set.
Oh, nice.
And so here's some 3D prints I did a while back, but I'm getting them fabricated. Yeah, these are gonna be pretty cool. I'll be selling them on my Etsy store. I always thought it was kind of lame. Most chess sets are pretty lame because it's like, listen, you can actually sculpt characters. You don't have to have circles and geometry. Now, back in the day, they would do like knights, but they're still tiny. I'm like, why don't you just make big faces? It's kind of based on a mid-century mod design from the 60s. But anyway.
Well, that's cool, man.
Yeah. So that's fun.
So you sculpt those in ZBrush?
Yeah.
Okay. That's cool. I've messed around in ZBrush. 3D is one of those things that has always fascinated me, and then I'll give it a shot, and then it humbles me so quickly, and then I'm just like, you know what? But then there's something about it, but then like give it like a year or two and be like, let me take another stab at that, and like it just kind of keeps going back and forth.
See, I tried Blender and it humbled my computer. It froze it.
Yeah.
That's my older laptop.
Yeah.
That is a Blender thing. Like you can only go so far, and it chugs.
I don't know what kind of magic, what kind of weird sorcery they use in ZBrush to make it work so well. Well, I know it's that GPU acceleration or whatever, right, that they use, but
it's actually that, and they don't. This is the kicker: is it's not real 3D. So
really,
yeah, it's like. It's
the 2.5D, right?
Yeah, and like when you're sculpting, it's not moving pixels really. It's only when you move it does it like. If you look into it, it's fascinating. But you can have billions of pixels, or you can have billions of polygons because of that. And I mean, I've been using ZBrush for 20 years, and I've been able to use it on every single computer.
How much does it cost?
Nowadays, it's like, a subscription, unfortunately.
It's like $4.5 a month, if I remember last time I looked into it.
Yeah, it sucks now.
Yeah, I know, because that was one thing I heard all the time. It's like, I bought it once, like 15 years ago, and never had to pay for an update. And, of course, by the time I'm starting to get interested in it, oh, yeah, by the way.
That's what I did with Clip Studio, is I got in when it still was...
Yeah. I got Clip... Yeah, well, I got Clip Studio and it was still Manga Studio 5. That's how.
You got in before I did, so.
Yeah. Look at me. I win. So there.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Well, for me, it was like any alternative to Photoshop. I had such an axe to grind for some reason with Adobe, so I was just like, anything else, I'm going to be happy with. And Clip Studio is actually pretty awesome.
Their true colors.
Yeah.
Yeah, I switched to Affinity a year ago, and honestly, I haven't missed it.
I haven't tried Affinity. I've heard good things about it. I've been meaning to try it out. So that's one of those apps like that's kind of on everything, isn't it?
Yeah.
Affinity. Okay.
At least for the comic book, I haven't had to I've gotten away with coloring and lettering and
Wow.
publishing and layouts, all
Okay.
from to photo design and publisher. So I recommend it if people want to, because I used Adobe for like 20 some years, and I'm like, I can't do it. I can't do it anymore.
Yeah, I think in their Adobe's new terms and conditions, they said that they can look into your files, and if they don't like what you're doing, they can delete stuff.
Yeah. Screw that. No, thanks.
And they were bringing in the AI stuff.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Yeah.
Well,
and then I heard that they were tricking people with the subscriptions too. When they go to unsubscribe from it, they were making it hard to leave.
Really hard to unsubscribe. Yeah. Well, I can attest to that. Yeah, I tried. Like I unsubscribed, and yeah, you'll expect every company to be like, please don't. But yeah, they were really like, are you sure? Are you sure you want to?
Yeah.
This is your last chance. This is your last chance. So how about this kind of deal? How about it? And it's like, oh my God, just shut it down.
Yeah.
I'm following the Wally Wood approach with this big tentacle in the background. When in doubt, black it out. I feel like I've screwed it up.
I messed up mine too. It's okay.
It's all right. The horse looks good. That's the important thing.
Let's take a look. Oh, just realized we've been frozen on.
We've been focusing on fun. Yeah. Fabrizio's been taking all the
hogging the limelight.
Yeah.
That looks good.
Classic Fabrizio having to hog the limelight.
That looks awesome.
Oh, thank you.
That show you did with Benjamin Soto was good too. The one on Jack Kirby's portfolio.
Oh yeah, that was fun. I never saw most of that artwork, and I have like multiple Jack Kirby like art books, so it was pretty cool seeing stuff I never saw before.
Yeah. Then you're doing Bernie Wrightson soon too, right?
Yeah. Actually, this Thursday I'm going to be doing a stream with Yang and some people about. It's going to be like a Lovecraft Halloween kind of special.
Nice.
It's going to be at 11 o'clock at night though, so you might want to catch it on the restream.
Yeah.
But that'll be fun. I have thoughts about Lovecraft.
Yeah.
Some good, some bad.
Fair enough.
So that'll be fun.
Yeah, I've got this giant collection tome of a bunch of his work, and it's one of those like I keep meaning to read it, but I haven't gotten around to it for some reason. Like I'll start reading it, and then I don't know, like it gets to that point where I don't know if it's just the language he uses or what, but sometimes I get to the point where it's like I'm just staring at the words and it's not sinking in. Maybe I'm sure that's probably more just me than anything. But
no, I mean, depending on the story, I could totally see that.
Yeah, it was the Call of Cthulhu. Yeah, it was the one I was trying to get to. Yeah, that was the first one that's in the book. Was the Call of Cthulhu, and I'm like, I mean,
was it a collect call?
What?
So was it a collect call?
Oh, is that how it's supposed to be? Or like Aaron calls it Chithulu.
What? You're not allowed to say that. Who says that?
Aaron Lepresti.
No.
I know. Shame that man. Shame him.
Good Lord.
Every time he says it, he gets corrected, but then he just keeps doing it. I think it's more just as a troll probably at this point. But
just like when he talks about anime.
Yeah.
What's that?
Just like when he talks about anime.
Yeah.
He's like, this that anime stuff.
It just looks too anime.
Yeah. It's good stuff.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah, apparently next Greybeards is going to be Asgardian themes.
Oh, really? Who's picking?
I I don't know, but it was Asgardians, New Gods, or Eternals.
Okay.
But Asgardians are winning right now.
Okay. Oh, thanks for the reminder. I gotta look at that. I always forget about the poll.
Yeah.
I did get it last time. I was a little disappointed. I voted heavily for He-Man. So
I voted for He-Man too, even though I was kind of indifferent. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought my Sergeant Slaughter turned out pretty cool. So I was happy with that. Fun character to draw. So it's like, all right.
You guys have any Halloween movies that you plan on watching, or?
Well, I still got my main list of movies to watch, but as far as like go-to Halloween movies, I don't know. I kind of watch scary movies all year round, so it's not
Same here.
really. Yeah.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, I do have some of my just like my yearly favorites, which I've talked about, like The Ninth Gate and Sleepy Hollow, and
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I do need to watch Sleepy Hollow. Well, maybe I'll.
My year-round movie is John Carpenter's The Thing and Shaun of the Dead.
Oh yeah, well, Shaun of the Dead. Oh yeah, both are great.
Oh, and Cabin in the Woods.
Oh yeah.
Interesting. I've saw it once in the theaters, and I haven't seen it since.
It's pretty fun. I like that one.
The ending's the best with all the monsters.
I'm a pretty big Robert Eggers fan, so I love watching I have The Witch and The Northman on Blu-ray, so I watch those quite a bit.
Did you? He's the guy that did Nosferatu, right?
Yeah, I liked it personally.
I had issues with it.
Yeah.
Sure.
Such as.
Yeah. So I mean, okay. First, I'll be nice.
Oh, you're not gonna offend me.
No. I just because I hate people that complain about stuff all the time. So
yeah.
I'm just gonna be nice in that I know the story of Dracula so well, and I've seen it and read it thousands of times.
Sure.
Going into it, I was even like, I don't know if I can even like this. I just know the story so well, and your expectations are just like it just, I don't know. So I will say that going into it, I really disliked the what's her name, the Depp girl. I can't think of her name.
Lily Rose Depp or whatever. Yeah,
her like almost constant seizures throughout this thing. That really got on my nerves.
I could agree with that. Yeah.
But I haven't seen his other stuff. But I heard, was it The Witch or something?
Dude, yeah, The Witch is phenomenal. And probably my favorite movie of his would be The Northman. That one's less of a horror movie. It's basically a telling of the North. Was that no Andrew Skarsgård?
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
No, Alexander Skarsgård is the main guy, and it's a telling of the Norse saga Amleth, which is what Shakespeare used when he created Hamlet. The original
interesting.
Yeah, the original saga was called Amleth, and so Shakespeare literally just took the letters and flipped them around and made Hamlet. But the story is very similar. The story is pretty similar, except it's very much done as a Viking, saga. Oh, you still got me on the big screen, but which is fine. Whatever, I don't care. But
each gotta have their moment.
Right. But yeah, I mean, one thing I like about Robert Eggers is he's real into the history of everything that he does. So he puts a lot of work into trying to get that accurate. And as a longtime fan of that Viking era, I have a lot of pet peeves, from what you see in all kinds of TV and movies and stuff like that for Vikings. Yeah. Everyone's wearing leather and crap, and it's just stop. And just stop. They weren't wearing leather like that. No one was wearing leather wrist cuffs, But anyway, and it's done really well. It so I know his directing style I could see not really being everybody's taste. I know he really likes to take his time and kind of like build that tension and really he likes to let things kind of sit and be uncomfortable, for moments on end, which I don't know, that's the kind of stuff I like because it's not creep factor just relying on jump scares or
Yeah.
the cheap tricks. But yeah, I
It's a
recommend.
good band.
Was that?
So, which is a good band? Cheap Trick.
Oh yeah. Fought the law in the law one.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, if you want to dive into Eggers, The Witch is an easy recommend.
Why I didn't like I only watched the beginning, and the fact that he used CGI on the guy while he's running kind of lost me in the beginning.
I
like his elbow moved funny because of the CGI. I'm like, oh no.
I'll confess, I need to watch it again. I saw it the one time in the theaters. It's definitely not my favorite of his movies for sure, but I don't know. I did, seeing it in the theater, and I was looking for that real, that creepy, uncomfortable, gothic kind of horror creep factor, and to me, I thought it delivered it pretty well. But I don't know the Dracula story as well as you do. So, I mean, I've seen the silent, Nosferatu movie and stuff like that, but
it's like the Batman Origins. Like
yeah.
if somebody forced me to sit down and watch the Batman Origin one more time, I would lose my mind. I would just
have to see the Waynes die one more time. So
I
it's just like the Spider-Man Origin.
Yeah.
Yeah, Spider-Man. I just can't do it.
That's fair.
Again, I mean, it's a great book, and Nosferatu. So again, partly it's me going into it.
Yeah.
But the new Frankenstein with Del Toro, I can't wait to see that.
Same. I was so bummed because there were no theaters in my area that were showing it. Yeah, but yeah, I'm really excited for that.
Yeah, I wish I could see it in a theater.
Same. Well, I live in Omaha. We don't do that stuff here.
So. Don't do it in Pittsburgh either. So it's not like
do you guys ever watch movies just because like the character's an artist in it?
No, can't say.
No,
can't really say I have. Trying to think of movies where.
Yeah.
I watched one recently called Some Guy That Kills People.
Okay. Let me guess what it's about.
That's pretty funny.
That's pretty great.
So basically, the main character is released from the loony bin. He's an artist.
Okay.
And these guys that had tortured him when he was in high school are suddenly mysteriously getting killed. So
fancy that.
Yeah, so it was actually a fair movie. And then today I'll probably be watching The Hand with Michael Caine.
Oh, I remember that.
I'm not familiar with that one.
Yeah, it's about a cartoonist that loses his right hand, his drawing hand.
I forgot about that. All right, well, I think I'm gonna go grab something to eat.
Okay.
These are my little guys.
Oh, let me blow you up. Not like Aaron Lopresti does with the cannonball, but
yeah.
Let's see. I did Mr. Sinclair the Smoke Man, and these are just sketches, but I'll ink over these. I mean, these are tiny, like 2-inch drawings.
That's awesome.
This is a character from the 4th issue. This is the Crow Witch, which I mentioned in the 1st issue, which will be making an appearance in the 5th issue.
Ooh.
Now I'm gonna reread because I don't remember that.
Yeah.
And then this is the Loquat, and then the Book Bug. So,
nice.
Yeah.
So this is all going to be in my. I keep calling it my fake Marvel Heroes expansion, but the more I do it, I'm like, I could write like a little adventure. It could be like an actual expansion. I don't know if I would do that.
Dude, if you make that, no joke, I will play that like with you. Like if you wanted to write that and like GM it, I would so play that with you. I haven't played a good tabletop RPG in way too long, so that would be awesome.
Yeah, if I get around to it and actually can craft some, and not that I'm a big RPG guy, so I might need help like writing the adventure and doing some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I know the game really well, but anyway, yeah. Thanks for the.
So this is my Horace H. Hoover.
Awesome.
So yeah,
I love the big tentacle like popping him forward. With
thank you. Yeah. Well, a lot of it was me trying to put in detail and screwing it up, so I just decided I'll just black it out. And then I decided, you know what, it actually kind of works. So
a lot better than the piece I did of Horace vacuuming the floor.
That's right. So, that was great.
Yeah, so I might try to color this digitally, and we'll see how that goes.
That's cool.
And we'll see how that goes.
Nice.
It's backwards, but
like a whole scene.
Yeah.
All the characters. Cool.
I like it.
Okay. I think we're gonna end here. It's nice seeing y'all.
Yeah, likewise.
Talk to you later.
Fun. All right. Sounds good.
Have a good night.
Yeah.
Maybe not next week, but the week after, maybe. We'll see.
Okay.
Yeah. Sounds good.
See you guys.
All right. See you. Bye.